Well, I thought I'd let you guys know I'm switching feed. This is Optimal, the full-size feed. I got a little bit of junior still left in from what I had previously. So when I first had the pond, or first had it dug, I worked my ways up from the 2, 3, 4. If you're familiar with Optimal, it's you can slowly get progressively larger. And I went through quite a few bags, but with the die off, they've seemed to have a little bit harder time transitioning back to feeding, because I've been having it set 2 times a day just for a second, trying to get them normalized to the feeding. Well, they haven't been taking, like, yeah, there's a couple like blow ups on it, but not what it used to be. So I bought another bag of the number 4. I believe the number 3 is a 2 millimeter. The number 2 is a 1.5, and then I think they have a number 1 that's 1.5 or 1 millimeter. And yeah, the only, like, I've read so many good reviews online where this was the best feed for your fish, and I 100% agree. Well, from my testing, I had crazy like growth out of them the first year when I had it. Not only were they feeding on the feed, but they also had the minnows I had fatheads that were feeding off of it really well. But they grew really fast. Well, like I said, they've been having a hard time transitioning back, just because there's a lot of more smaller fish. They're trying to eat this. Well, they're not eating it. So I'm gonna kind of restart it and going with this 4, and I'll put the number 4 down, and then put that bucket right on top, and hopefully it's not going to go to waste or nothing. But actually, I was trying to do it before the feeding goes off, but this is kind of perfect just to get rid of this last amount. You can hear it winding up. Never seen the inside spin up like that before. Yeah, so like I said, there won't be too much action, and that's why I'm doing the change. Oh, sorry. So, but I was gonna say, the only problem that I had when I first opened the box, there were a couple ants. All the other boxes that I've ordered, I've gone through like 8 bags, and that probably helped out with my high potassium or high phosphate issue. But they were eating it, so I didn't think it was a bad thing. But you can see a couple ants in there, and I never had any other ants in any of the other bags. They kind of cleared out a little bit when I took it's been a couple minutes since I opened it, but they ran off. But anyways, yeah. Just as a little size comparison too, that's what it looks like compared to that. So even if you're trying to feed fish in your fish tank or anything, I mean, this costs $80 shipped. So I mean, if you got like cichlids or something, I don't know if that's the right nutrition for them, but I'm sure, right? But buying a whole bag of this instead of, your little jars, I could see this being way worth it. If you're curious to how much feed the 40-pound bag gets you, I forgot if I got the smaller, or I know I got the smaller Texas Hunter. They have for sure a larger one, but this is definitely sufficient. I've never had issues either with, like, it sat out all year. I put it in for winter, like I put the whole unit in my shed, but I've never had like any issues with the feed getting wet, or knock on wood, but the battery or anything, or mechanical issues. It's been great. Does need a wash, but we'll put this bucket right on top. It should probably fill the whole thing, or at least to the top of the sight glass. Also, I didn't see any ants. I combed through it a little bit, so I mean, might have just been a little paranoid, but yeah, just to the top of the glass. I don't know how many pounds that was, but we'll set it off again. I know it just went off, but give you guys a little showing. We'll go 2 seconds. I just cleared out my cattails too. They've been kind of filling in for sure and not giving me issues, but I cleared off that side. I plan to put holy smokes, never mind, we're gonna oh, stop it, Jesus. All right, we're going down to 1 second. That's way excessive. I'll change that later. But yeah, thanks. Hopefully this gets them biting again.